Oh, hello everybody. I am Angry Earl, and welcome to episode 3 of the SeatTimePodcast, or the SeatTimePodcast, as it's more appropriate. But yeah, thanks for checking out my channel. I don't know, I've had this idea of starting up my own podcast just because Joe Rogan says everyone should. But a little overview and intro for those people new to my channel. I am Angry Earl. I've been into drifting and involved with drifting all throughout the Pacific Northwest and Northern California for a little bit over 15 years now. I pilot rotary powered cars, mainly RX-7s and RX-8s. And I've actually been thinking of starting up this podcast for quite some time, just because I have some awesome ideas and I have a little bit of background in video editing and documentary filmmaking, but I've never actually ran with it. But yeah, it'll be fun. The story so far is that, again, I've been drifting for a little bit over 15 years now, all throughout Pacific Northwest and Northern California. But I actually started drifting around 2005-ish, mainly street drifting and autocross events way back in the day. That was before even drifting was open to tracks that we know now. I moved down to Northern California in 2010 and lived there for about 9 years. And I recently moved back up to Washington State, early 2019. My best friend, Nikolai Konstantinov, has been gracious enough to open up his shop for my RX-7, my FD3S, so I can work out of it for the last year and a half. Unfortunately and fortunately, he's actually selling his car, rig, and his house just to move on to bigger and better things. I'm not really sure how much I should talk about it, but he is selling his house, as well as raffling. You're not supposed to use that word, I guess. His Decotara, whatever, his 2-car rig JDM hauler, as well as the 240SX hatchback he's recently built. He's raffling those off through Lockdown Performance Energy Drink. So I'll give him a plug right here. I believe it's $220 per spot and 500 entries. And you're just going to you have a chance to win the whole shebang. So not bad way to spend 200 bucks or 220 bucks. So the payout's definitely awesome. As for me, I'm 35 years old. Drifting's kind of a main thing that takes up my time and my headspace. I have 3 cats. This is Aria. She's my princess. No kids. I have race cars and pretty comfortable with that. But the whole purpose of this podcast, I've always liked the long format of the Joe Rogan experience, and me and my friends are a big fan of Rogan, and congratulations to him for moving down to Texas and making $100 million off his Spotify deal. So I'm not going to be naive enough to say that that's my goal for it. At the same time though, like, podcasting and long format video seems like the trending way to go, and everyone's stuck in their homes, so might as well entertain it. But the whole purpose of this podcast, I've already done 2 episodes. The first one with Nikolai and the second one with Shane Cannon. Feel free to check them out on my channel. Is a long format podcast with exploring the grassroots drift community, as well as news, media, and beef. Not so much the beef part, but that's always entertaining. Also, goals of researching different drift techniques, different drift setups, and how to transition that into somehow becoming a better driver, which I love learning. I think that might be my favorite aspect of drifting, is just continuously getting better for yourself. I mean, not necessarily pursuing comps. If that's your thing, great, but just knowing what kind of driving that you like and getting better, then honing that skill. I also want to become a slightly better orator, because as I get older, I've noticed I'm getting dumber. And like muscles and skill sets, if you don't exercise it, it is prone to atrophy. So the long format is awesome because you can actually get to know drivers and grassroots drift dudes that you wouldn't really know otherwise, apart from Facebook posts and Instagram. And a lot gets lost in translation between those different mediums. Palmer and the Goodest Cast doing an awesome job interviewing all of his friends and crew. It really gives you an insight into how everyone came up with through drifting, and how they got so good in their different aspects and their different nuances and their viewpoints in drifting. There's a lot that gets hidden behind the scenes, just because people don't really want to put all of their business out there for the world to see. I mean, but at the same time, with social media, it seems like it's trending that way anyway. So my viewpoint on it is that I'm a little bit older, so even though I've resisted it for quite some time, it's time to embrace technology, and if you can't beat them, if you can't beat social media, join them. So here we are. But yeah, check out the Goodest Cast. Awesome in-depth interviews with some of the best grassroots driver, I think, in Northern America, and really gives an insight into who they are as people, as well as what makes them tick. So Flash VM, Aaron, doing awesome old school skate mag video style edits. Super cool. Really like his work as well too. As far as ideas for my podcast, I have a couple. Not really sure if I should be talking about them now, but whatever. If anyone does it, more power to you. It's something that I really wanted to, and if you've already done it, my bad. But the first one for the podcast ideas is Mystery Science Theater 3000 option / drifting Goku video viewing. Get like 3 or 4 people and have them have them be in the bottom of the screen and comment, and have as you're watching like a drift video. I don't know if Ilya and Final Bat have already done that. That'll be funny as heck, I think. Another idea I have for this podcast is a top 5 list. Top 5 favorite wheels, top 5 favorite drift cars, top 5 parts I've regretted selling throughout the years, etc. So I think that'd be cool. And another idea I've had for the podcast is an in-depth car and driver study. There's been car studies on Instagram about iconic drift cars as well, but no one's ever really gone in a long format again of how the cars were set up and what parts were on there and what made them so iconic when they did. That would be very cool, just because, again, I'm a student of the craft, and I've been drifting for a good minute. So having a more in-depth understanding of my idols and the cars that I think are pillars in what makes drifting cool would be awesome. Like an in-depth car review of Haraguchi's RX-7 FC3S. So, I mean, I know it's been, that horse has been beaten to death, but another one would be the Clubman's RX-7, the yellow FD. That would be a cool in-depth car study video. And last but not least would be Q&As, questions about about drifting, lifestyle, etc. That would be super cool. So yeah, that's some ideas floating around in my head. I probably sound super nervous and But I think that'd be very cool to start off with. And to be honest, I'm going to be chilling out and driving just for a little bit, even though I told myself that like 3 months ago. There's a lot of things happening in life that it would be, as much as I love driving, I need to chill out a little bit, just because I have been drifting every weekend as well as streeting for the past month and a half. So I don't know how interesting this will be, but again, Nikolai actually has been gracious enough to house my RX-7, my FD3S, for the past year and a half, but unfortunately he is selling his house. So I have nowhere to park and work on my car. And I personally don't like going into a drift event and going into a run if I can't be 100% okay with crashing or damaging my car. It's just not the way I roll. I don't like to gamble that. If I have a place to work on it, by all means, great. But yeah, I just want to keep my cars running for the time being until I figure out where I can work on them, keep them. I mean, I have parking at my house right now. It's just really, it's not ideal as far as if I were to crash heavy or if I blow my shit up. So I'm gonna chill out for driving just for a minute, but we'll see, because a few moments later I'll probably be going streeting with my RX-8. I'm also starting a new job. A little background on myself. I'm always interested in how people are able to afford drifting, and listening to the Goodest Cast with Palmer and Animal Style Dudes, it really makes me appreciate the drive that people have as far as what it takes to literally burn money, aka rubber and tires, for fun. Like a lot of I've always wondered what the other drivers throughout the country do for work, and Brandon Strong up in Canada, he actually made a really good point that, and I've known this too, in that a lot of grassroots drivers who have been doing this for quite some time have kind of resigned to the fact that you're not going to make money off drifting. So it's a weird realization. It's not necessarily sad, but in that the people that actually do it for the love of it have a wide range of jobs, everything from nurses to mechanical engineers. I myself, I've actually been in car sales for a little bit over 6-7 years now. I've been internet sales manager for Mazda, as well as a finance manager. I did the contracting and paperwork for a lot of car dealerships, and basically it's a desk job. However, it really makes you appreciate getting out there once you're out of work. But I'm actually hopping over to service side, so I'm actually going to be. I just got recently hired as a service advisor for Toyota, so that's what I am currently doing for work, or what I will be doing. So yeah, a lot of moving parts. I figured it would be best to chill out right now and make a little space just to digest all my thoughts and, I don't know, embrace this new social media thing. So a little bit overview of my studio. I actually just set this up today. This is actually super cool. I wanted it to be my centerpiece of my background. This is a graphic design done by Ash from New Zealand. Of course, Naoki Nakamura's car, as well as a World Friend sticker up here. And he actually came here several years back in Northern California, and I had him sign it in Sonoma Drift. So pretty cool. Of course, one of my favorite drift cars of all time, Haraguchi's right over there. Haraguchi's FC RX-7. Super D tournament banner, as well as a Urus banner signed by Monkey Magic Nomiken right over there. I'm just showing off all my cool shit. 326 power lunch bag signed by Haraguchi. We went to Tokyo Auto Salon back in January of this year, before COVID and all the madness happened. So that was super cool. I have a Top Fuel Japan box over here. This is actually super cool. It's cookies, like printed with Top Secret Japan logos on them. Isn't that not the most baller shit you've ever seen? I'm keeping that in the wrapper. That's very cool. We got some signed stickers, MCR factory stickers by Yokoi and D-Max. Awesome drivers. I don't know, I just wanted to fill the background space with cool drift memorabilia I collected throughout the years. I have a BN Sports towel signed by Drift Samurai over there. Ooh, this is probably like the centerpiece, the crown jewel of my studio. And is a chrome plated rotor from Ari Amamea-san from Tokyo Auto Salon. It's actually signed by him. Ta-da, pretty cool. So that's very cool. I like RX-7s and rotaries, if you don't know already. Option videos, another signed towel by Nomikin over here, and the old Truckosaurus RX-7. Me and Darren street drifting back in the day, and I have Haraguchi signed, what is that, lithograph? Portrait? That I had him signed when he first came over back in 2008. I think the very first Formula Drift event in Washington State. He came over with his S15 for Intech Racing. So a lot of drift history. If you have any questions about anything you want to talk about, I'm open to content. That'll be super cool, answering people's questions. Keep it civil. But I just want to get to know people better and, again, put myself out there just because I am eager to learn, to become a better driver. And the more you understand something, the deeper and more fulfilling of an appreciation you have for it. So let's see over here, what else we got. And I guess that's it. Thanks for checking out my channel. I'm going to try and upload pretty regularly, every couple of days, so not like this whole every month, once every month type thing. I've also noticed, and I don't really care for Instagram or YouTube algorithms, but I come from like a skating slash rollerblading slash fruit booting background. That's what I did as a kid. So like drift videos that I make I try to make them like skate videos I watched as a kid, but unfortunately using like copyrighted music isn't the best move, I guess, because YouTube and Instagram doesn't like it. So we'll give this a try. Super excited for it. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. I really don't want to say the L, S, and S word, so I'm gonna try to keep that off there. But yeah, thanks guys for checking it out. I will see you next time. Do the YouTube things, and you can check me out on Instagram at The Angry Earl. And actually started a Twitch as well too, because Star Wars Squadrons is gonna come out in a couple of weeks, so I'll probably try and stream that, even though I've never streamed anything ever. So, all right, peace.